Hi, so today we're going to talk about zinc as a molecule. Zinc in the whole 2-3 months நம்ம அந்த மாலிக்யூல் தான் நிறைய கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கோம். இங்கே போட்டால் ஜிங்க் சாப்பிடணுமா டாக்டர், நம்ம அப்ளிகேஷன் பண்ணணுமா, எப்படி என்னன்னு நிறைய கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்திருக்கு. ஸோ இன்றைக்கி I'm going to talk about oral as well as topical zinc. So topical zinc. Why I wanted to emphasize much on the application of zinc is, you must have seen a lot of cricketers who wear these thick creams on the cheeks and on their forehead, sun exposed areas, to prevent the UV rays from affecting them. So that is nothing but topical zinc. So nowadays the zinc has been microsized to 100 nanometers to 0.1 micron in nanotechnology, so that it comes in a very thin form, it's light on the face, and it is aesthetically very, very good. Okay, so I will be showing you all which type of zinc is used for which type of skin. So we all know that for an acne prone skin, the gel based sunscreen is very, very good. So gel based zinc is good. Then zinc which comes in cream or lotion form is best suited for a dry skin. So we will see that. So the first is going to be, this was the original formulation of zinc. As you can see this, I'm just applying a thin paste on my hand, and it's excellent in the form that it's opaque to most of the UV rays. Alright, so it doesn't allow the UV rays to enter onto the skin. So it comes in the form of a sunblock, as you can see. Okay, so and the very good efficacy of zinc is that it can be used in all the age groups. Alright, so from 6 months of age until any age, zinc is very, very useful in all ages and most of the skin conditions. And so the next is going to be a gel based sunscreen, which is very light on the skin, easy spreadability, and is very good for an acne prone skin. And the last is going to be, this is the cream. Okay, so this is best suited for dry skin. Okay, so the cream and lotion will be best suited for a dry skin. So to talk about oral zinc, the daily requirement of oral zinc in males is 11 milligrams. Females is going to be 8 milligrams. So the daily requirement per day should not actually exceed more than 40 to 45 milligrams of elemental zinc. So zinc will be available as sulfate, acetate, citrate, gluconate. So when you see that in any pack, okay, so this will be a normal. It can be available in many formula, like in many kind of different companies will have different makes, but this is generally one of the tablets how it looks like. So it will be written up to 45 to 50 milligrams of elemental zinc. Now zinc sulfate comes as 220 mg. Okay, so the sulfate is 220 mg. So the elemental zinc from that is around 40 mg of elemental zinc. Now zinc is very important next to iron in for cell synthesis in our body. It actually is involved in about 300 enzymes, the metabolisms and the processes in our body. It is involved in about most of the cycles in about 300 different ways. It is its core requirement, and its importance comes in when we form the immune cells of our body, the T cells and the natural killer cells. Okay, so it's very elemental in forming the immune cells of our body. In pertaining to skin, it is very important first in building the collagen which is present in our dermis. Second is, it is an excellent and a potent anti-inflammatory agent. So it decreases the mediators of inflammation and the injury caused because of inflammation of the free radicals onto our skin. So in which conditions it is useful in most is acne, in a condition called as seborrheic dermatitis, or increased amount of dandruff in our in the hair follicles, mostly in the scalp and another hairy areas of our face. Third is going to be dry skin, xerosis. And fourth is going to be in thinning of hair, where the hair density is decreased, and also in certain conditions where there is patchy hair loss, otherwise called as alopecia areata. So in these conditions, zinc supplements will definitely play a major role. So now, what are the telltale signs of zinc deficiency? Loss of smell and loss of taste, that is very important. Second is going to be diarrhea, that is gastrointestinal disturbances. Third is going to be, very importantly, mood disturbances. So zinc deficiency also can manifest in the form of mood disturbances. Now, which are the foods which are very rich in zinc is, we come to vegetarian first. Whole grains, mushrooms are a good source, and in then eggs, and in non-vegetarians we come on to shellfish. So oysters, mussels and crab. Then next comes raw meat. Poultry, turkey is also a good source of zinc. So this was all about the oral and topical zinc which we spoke, and hopefully it was helpful for you all, and thank you very much.